I'm going to show you a Git best practice, which is to commit often and commit early. Now, before we begin, quick reminder, I do a live stream every single day. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern. What you do is you go to ojambo.com, you check the watch menu, then the live sub menu for this and upcoming tutorials. And you can also go to the article, you can see here. You're free to post any requests for programming and lifestyle topics. You just click on the link, it'll take you right to this current live stream. If you don't want to do that, you can watch the video live, and also you can also watch the embedded video right in the article. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. It inspires me to keep on making tutorials just like this one, just for you guys. Let's get into this. Okay, so local commits made simple. What that means is that Git is a free and open source version control system that helps developers manage code changes efficiently. One of the most essential habits to build as a developer is to commit early and commit often. I myself used to have a problem doing this, but obviously with the experience you will learn some of the reasons why this practice helps you. For example, it prevents loss of work, especially for me. I've been programming since the 80s when the hard drives would break or something. So if you have committed that stuff, for example, if you just commit to your remote site or remote server, at least you know that you'll be able to recover it from remote. Or for example, if you're working with a team, if they also pull your changes, they also have a copy of your changes, so you can always recover anytime in the future. It also creates a clean and understandable commit history. I'll give you an example. If you're working on a large or largish change or a project, if you wait until the end of the day or a week before you commit your change, the problem is that if you lose anything along the way, or it'll be hard to say, oh, I did this, if you did 20 different things. So what I'm saying is that once you finish even just a smaller part, just commit it, right? Just commit it. Like so I got into that habit. For example, if I have to do 5 changes, one of them is a very simple, like say just a spelling mistake, I'm making the change, just commit that alone. Remember, I'm saying commit, I didn't say push. You just commit that, so that way the history will be just simpler and it's easier to roll back to certain places as well. And that's what it means by create a clean and understandable commit histories. You can also debug faster. I just explained that as well, because you can isolate the changes. For example, if the first thing I did was just the spell check, a spelling fix, that's easy to roll back to that one because that's not going to affect anything, so it didn't touch any of the core. The core code. And you can also collaborate smooth with the others and even your future self. Okay, why should you commit often? I've given some reasons, but here's some written ones for you guys. Why frequent, focused commits are better than one massive commit at the end. So it's easier to track, meaning that each change has a purpose and a message. It's specific. You can roll back to friendly, so mistakes can be undone with one commit at a time. It's also more readable, so meaning that future developers will thank you for this, because instead of having to read, like, as I said, a massive list of 10 changes or more, it's just it's very specific to each change you have made, which makes it really, really, really simple for collaboration, not just for others, just for you yourself in the future. As I said, you can roll back to right down to a specific commit. Alright, so instead of talking all throughout this tutorial, let's get started. So I have a folder here. It's an empty folder. I called it git-commit-often. It's completely empty. So I'm going to write some code in here to show you why you should always commit. So I'm going to open up the terminal here. I'm opening up the console. So sorry again, I'm still using the webcam. I was actually away yesterday. I was in Toronto visiting. I visited my family. Then after that, I went to see some friends. I haven't seen them since the lockdown. So very far away. I did a lot of driving yesterday. I think I drove for over 5 hours yesterday. So yeah, that's a lot of driving. I actually got back very late, just after midnight. So you can imagine I am a little tired. Oh, and before I left yesterday, I was also fighting one of the chickens, the one who started brooding again. She managed to come out. She's actually pretty good at escaping, and then she was bullying the new hens. So I had to deal with that in the morning. It's a good thing I was there in the morning. So she'll be fine. Unfortunately, the new girls didn't lay any eggs, but the regular girls, both of them laid eggs yesterday, so I was happy with that. So that's fine. All right, so I have examples here, so you can follow along. Basically, all you need is Git, obviously, and the command line. Obviously, you can use some type of GUI. Don't worry about the GUIs or UIs. For the next little while, I'm going to go back to showing some doing Git stuff. Instead of doing on the command line, we use maybe some IDEs and some specific Git GUIs. So I think I'll do that, then maybe I'll start another Git tutorial. So this is the last of this series for beginner-friendly stuff, especially on the command line. I wanted to make sure you guys understand this, so you can always point back to this particular series, and it's in sequence under the Git playlist. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to start up very simply. I'm going to create a project for it and a commit. So I'm going to type git space hyphen no hyphen advice. If I spell advice properly, and then init space my project, my underscore project. So the reason I did this is because normally it will give a bunch of messages, not warnings, but some suggestions. So I don't. That's the advice. I don't need the advice. So I did this, and you see it created this my underscore project, and inside, as usual, it's gonna create. If I show the hidden files, is .git. This tutorial is not about the .git. I've done tutorials of, for example, creating. If we go inside that .git, I've showed examples on the channel on Git hooks. I've done. I did. I think I did a commit message one. I did a post receive post receive, and I think I did at least 3 Git commits. I'm sorry, 3 types of Git hooks. If you want me to do more, let me know. I might come back, but I said I'm going to concentrate on GUIs for a while. Alright, so this is not about this one, so I'll just hide the make it hidden again. So let's cd into my my underscore project. Now you can do this multiple ways. You can create the folder first, and then inside it just type git init, and that will do the same thing, but I just did the one-liner to do everything together. So I'm inside the folder now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a very simple Python, just a hello world Python. Well, I'm just going to use the echo here. So you see we have this. Inside it just says print hello world. That's all it does. It's just a Python file. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to git add hello.py to the Python file. Now I'll type git commit -m space, obviously inside the double quotes I just type initial commit, and I'll just say add hello. Actually, I just said hello world, hello pi with hello world message. Okay, this is very elaborate, but you get the point. So then you see I've committed it. So that's all I did. So this is just an example of why you should always, when you do something, just commit it. So I know some people, like when I was learning Git, what they would do is once a file is created with just very code, sometimes just comments, they commit that. So that way they get into the practice of doing that. So that's basically the same thing here as the example one in the article. Now you remember, one of the things I dislike about the vast majority of Git tutorials out there, they talk about GitHub. GitHub is not Git. GitHub is it's a very popular repository with a lot of packages, A lot of them are free and open source, but that doesn't mean it's the be all and end all of Git. You don't have to use GitHub. All my tutorials here, except I think one or two, you saw it wasn't with GitHub. You don't. I'm not against GitHub or GitLab or anything. I'm just saying that you can use Git for your own projects or your own servers without third-party repository or usage. For example, GitLab. There's so many of them. Even SourceForge. You don't have to. You can just do it on your own. For example, in this tutorial, I'm not even touching any remote repositories at all. All right. So basically, quick summary. So this creates a new Git repository, adds a Python file, makes our first meaningful commit. Always describe the change in your commit message. That's important, not just for your collaborator, but also for in the future. You understand why did you do that, right? So just give a meaningful message. It's very helpful for the future, because when you're looking at through the Git commits in the future, I mean, right now it makes sense, right? But I'm saying that in the future, it could be months from now, it could be years. So the meaningful message will be very useful then. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create we're going to modify the file by making a small update and committing again. So remember, this tutorial is about committing often. Commit early and commit often. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm going to clear this and here we go. See, commit, update, and create, update, and commit. So in the update, I'm going to use echo again. So it sees now this time it's going to print and it's going to say welcome to Git best practices, exclamation mark, obviously in double quotes, and then the parentheses. And you see I use the two greater than signs. That's two. That means it will append them. So that'll be the next line. So that's done. And then I'm going to add hello again. And then I'll git space commit space -m. -m is for the message. And then inside the double quotes, outside just say update hello. You don't have to put the file name. But I'm just putting it there because I noticed most people, including myself, when I was learning, I would do the same thing. Not aware that the Git logger obviously knows the file because we added the file there. But that's this is just an example to help you guys get comfortable doing this. So you see, this is basically what we've just done. Customer was made, commit immediately. This keeps the history clean and focused. Okay. Next, I'm going to clear this, and then I'm going to now fix a typo or a bug, and I'm going to show you how we do this. So in this particular case, you guys probably didn't notice here, but I deliberately made a mistake somewhere. I can't remember where I made the mistake, but I'm going to show you how to resolve it. So I'm going to use Nano. You remember just a few days ago I did a Nano tutorial, a Nano review. So we're going to use Nano. I could use another text editor, that's all up to you. So apply hello world best practices. So let's see here. Let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. See, it says welcome to Git best practices. So welcome here should actually be, I'll say welcome, comma, to the Git best practices. Technically, this should really be lowercase, and this should be lowercase as well. Okay, so there we go. So I've modified the file, fixed the little, just simple nitpicking, and then again I am going to do a git add. Zoom out. Hello, same file, and then I'm going to commit git space -m space in the double quotes my message. I'm going to say fix typo in welcome message. Okay. All right, and then what else is here? Yeah. So you notice because I fixed the one line which was already previously, you notice it didn't put out the same stuff it always does, like it's created a file. Obviously the file already exists and everything, so that's how we do it. So that's been done. Now so basically this exercise is, even if it's even small fixes deserve their own commit. This helps track what was fixed and when. So this is really for a future tutorial, but you can always go, if I type git status, there should be nothing. Yeah, if I type git log, it will tell us the things I've done. Why is that not working? Huh, that's weird. Git status? What is going on here? That is really weird. Cat hello. I don't know why that's not working. Am I in the wrong place? Oh, I just realized something. If you look at this line here, it says git commit. You see, I made a mistake. Inside the double quote. Okay, that's why it didn't work. That was driving me crazy. Okay, so I think I need to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do that again. I didn't actually commit that file. That's why it didn't work. Okay, so I'll just say fix typo in what line was that? In the yeah, in the welcome message. Yes. There we go. I was wondering why I didn't do that. So now this is working. I was like, okay. Now, of course, if I type git status, yeah, it should say something like that. You see on the master branch, and the reason for me why it says master branch, because I've been using Git very for a very long time, and this was way before they came up with the work. They changed it from they wanted to use main instead of master. Whatever. All right. So if I type git log, and you can see it. Let me actually zoom out. Yeah, zoom out. Yeah, I'll zoom out a little bit. More, a little bit more, a little bit. There we go. When I zoom out, you see the most previous commit. It says headmaster here, and it shows the email address. That's just a local one, and you see the date and time, and then it says fix typo in welcome message. That's for that commit. The previous commit, you see it says it has this hash ID, and then that one it says update hello. Add welcome message. I spelled that wrong, but that's irrelevant for this tutorial. And then the first commit, you see this one here, it's that with the B, that's a hash, and then the date and time, and then it says initial commit, add. So I'm saying if you read those three commit messages, you understand, like you know exactly if you need to go to a specific commit, you can go to it, and if it's right from the first one, the second one, the third one, it's obviously human readable, but it's pretty easy to understand. Even in the future, you can come back a year from now, 10 years from now, a few months from now, and you'll be able to understand, okay, why I did something. It's very simple. You don't have to write you don't have to write 10 sentences. Just a simple one-liner, probably one line. You should be fine. But you can write more. You can write as much as you want. Don't. Some people are very elaborate. They write so much. I just write as much as needed every single thing I did. But you see, this is much easier because I can simply just go to specific commits. So that's basically the tutorial. That's literally just the tutorial there. So I have some screenshots here, which is literally what I've done here. As you can see, what I've done, and this is the live video. It's easier because I can simply just go to, this is just a few seconds, or I think half a second below, and I do have some resources for you guys. I have programming books. They're available on Amazon. The link's in the description. I also have some programming courses on ojamboshop.com. The link is also in the description, and if you need one-on-one help, you can contact me for one-on-one programming tutorials. You can book a session or professional help at ojambo.com/contact. And if you need more complex, for example, like Git installation or repository migration, I need Git installed or want to migrate your code, contact me at ojamboservices.com/contact. So my final thoughts, start small, disruptive commits, and build up habit of frequent saves. Your project history becomes your best documentation and backup. Remember, commit early, commit often. If you found this helpful, feel free to share it or reach out with questions, and happy coding. Okay, with that said, I am also going to check the live chat. I don't see any chat requests, so I'm going to end this live stream early, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time at 3 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. Thank you and have a great day.